Hey guys, welcome back to my next art book preview video. This week we have Vampirella, or more specifically 45 Years of Vampirella, 2015 yearbook by Big Wow Comic Fest. And this is the cover by Frank Cho, you may be able to tell. Quick look at the front and the back here. On the back we've just got a full list of artists that feature in this book. I won't bother reading them out because you guys can probably just pause the video and take a read through yourself. Let's get into it. So obviously the artwork in this is going to be very sort of pin-up orientated or scantily clad, whatever you want to call it. It is the character Vampirella. A lot of you guys will already be familiar with her, especially if you're watching this video. So I don't think I need to give a nudity warning as such. But obviously be prepared, it's this character that we are looking at throughout. And I'll be honest, I don't think that's going to offend many of my audience, but you never know. There's the warning just in case. So this one has about somewhere between 45 to 50 pages, I believe, if I can even turn the pages. So the video is going to be relatively short, and it seems to feature a whole range of styles. So I guess this one is a pretty good example of quite an extreme variation or style. And it does list the artist name underneath. You'll probably recognize a lot of artists as mentioned at the beginning from the back. There are some big names in here, like of course Frank Cho, Francisco Herrera, and who else have we got? We've got Frank Cho here, and there's also some Adam Hughes stuff at the back. There are quite a few big names actually, but I just can't remember them all. So again, we've got another example of quite an extreme style compared to the like typical comic book covers for Vampirella. I should point out that I've never actually read any of the comics. I always thought the characters quite cool, but I don't really know much about them. For me, it was kind of like Vampirella and Red Sonja. Always really liked the designs and the artwork, but never actually read the comics. So I wanted to stop just to point out Francisco Herrera's work here because I am a huge fan of his work. I really love his stylization. I do have other videos on his work, so this is just one I had to hand here. This is Sketchbook Volume 4, but I do have quite a few of them, so I will link those in the description box below. Make sure you check those out. Chrissie Zullo is another artist that I really like her work. I really like her style. I follow her on social media. I've always wanted some of her sketchbooks, but unfortunately they're quite hard to come by in the UK unless you're going to pay a ridiculous price. But that style of hers doesn't look like her typical stuff, which makes me think it's a bit older. This one here is Joseph Michael Linsner. So again, it shows the name at the bottom, but I'm pointing this one out because I literally just finished filming the art of Joseph Michael Linsner, so I'll link to that one as well. That's another one that is filled with this like comic book pin-up, but featuring his character Dawn, I believe. So this book, I bought it a bit randomly. It's the only Vampirella art book that I own. I was actually after the 50-year one. I believe that's a Dynamite book and probably a little bit bigger. Always curious about this artist as well. I don't own any of his books. Reminds me a bit more of like a Boris Vallejo type style. Realistic, sort of old school. But yeah, I don't own any Vampirella books apart from this one now. And it is a smaller one. I got it at a good price. I will put links in the description box below if I can find where I got it from. But honestly, overall, whilst it has some really nice artwork in it, it also has some that, to me, not as good. Maybe it's just too stylized, or maybe it's just not my personal preference. I still think it's a really good book if you can pick it up at a good price, don't get me wrong. But I do think some of the artwork in here is fantastic, and some of it, honestly, isn't as much. But again, maybe that's me being a little bit brutal. I'd be interested to know in the comments what you guys think to this from what I'm showing now. I think I've skipped a few pages in all honesty, but as mentioned, it's not a big book. This one's pretty cool. I like this one as well actually. But yeah, it's not a huge book. Some of these styles are a bit too, I'm not sure, maybe not my cup of tea. But yeah, I am starting to enjoy cartooning more because I like the Francisco Herrera one a lot. This one's also really cool. I do think that the character suits the more realistic style. I'd be intrigued to know again if you guys own any of the other art books, if you could let me know what they're like. I also bought the art of DJ Thoris. I think that's how you pronounce it. So I will preview that on camera if you guys want to see that. These pages I actually thought were really cool because we've got the Adam Hughes original pencil work here, and then we've got like inks by different artists. So for example, we've got Frank Cho here. I'm not familiar with some of these artists. Neal Adams, and yeah, they're all a little bit different. It's actually quite interesting to see. But we're getting to the end there, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it useful. Brendan Peterson is another one that I've got videos on, his convention books, so check those out. But yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you subscribe to the channel so I can keep making more content like this. And thank you for watching.